So I thought we'd first start with a bit about my background and how I ended up where I am today. So I've never really known what I wanted to do, but I've always been good at maths and physics. So I did maths and physics for A-levels along with a bit of history for a bit of an aside, and then did a physics degree and went on to work as a space system engineer. After doing that and doing a bit more research in university during my doctorate, I came to CFMS as a research engineer. Mathematical modelling can be applied to a huge range of scenarios. On the simplest form, we have Newton's second law, F equals ma. This allows us to make predictions on how fast something is going to move based on how much it weighs and the forces that apply to it. This is used in a huge range of engineering applications, and this is a fundamental equation in a huge range of models. Maths also allows us to describe things at the enormous cosmic scale. So here we have one of the fundamental equations of general relativity, Einstein's theory of how the cosmos works. With the advent of increasingly powerful computing resources becoming available to organisations over the last few decades, it's become increasingly common to use modelling and simulation as a cheap way to develop designs and processes without having to build expensive prototypes. A great example of this is the aerospace industry, where building entire planes to perform physical tests on is prohibitively expensive. So let's say that you have a model and you want to solve it. It requires a lot of calculations, so therefore, how fast do you think you can do a calculation? On average, humans can do one calculation, that is an addition, subtraction, multiplication or a division, roughly once a second. Now if you go back 70-80 years, this used to literally be the way that people would solve models. There would be entire rooms filled with people with mechanical calculators who would spend all day literally entering numbers into these and writing down the results. Speed forward to the modern day, and modern computing power has moved on enormously. Maths is not just used in science, engineering and computing, but is used across a broad range of industries and careers. The video games industry, along with TV and films, use it to build the digital worlds that we love to be in. For musicians, it's essential to be able to read and produce music. The healthcare industry uses it extensively to test how good new treatments are and understand the effects of them, as well as developing new ways to help cure people. The sports industry uses it extensively in the form of statistics to work out how good players are and be able to predict how well a team is going to perform. The point I'm really trying to make here is that maths is pervasive. It's used pretty much everywhere in the modern world, and I would really encourage you to not give it up until you know what you want to do.